Most women don't actually hit a weight loss plateau the moment the scale stops moving. They hit it weeks earlier. And contrary to what most diet advice actually tells you, a true weight loss plateau doesn't actually happen because you're under disciplined or simply not trying hard enough. In many cases, they happen because your body is overwhelmed or simply just adapting. And there's one biological shift that almost guarantees a plateau. And most women accidentally trigger it while trying to lose weight. And during your weight loss journey, your body is actually sending you signals during the entire time. But most women weren't actually taught how to read these signals. So by the end of this video, you're gonna know if you're in a true weight loss plateau, you're gonna know why it's happening in the first place, and you're gonna know the exact step-by-step process to get your results moving once again without burning out, overtraining, or tanking your metabolism. But before we go ahead and dive into the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this, because I do this on a weekly basis. And if you feel like you're doing everything right and you're getting absolutely nowhere, then click the link in the description to take my metabolic stress pattern quiz. It'll tell you exactly which biological pattern is keeping you stuck. And make sure you stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to give you a simple decision tree that tells you exactly what to do when your progress stops. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into the video. Okay, so what actually is a weight loss plateau? Okay, so a true weight loss plateau actually happens when your body stops losing fat for a sustained period of time. And this is despite following the exact same habits that helped you lose weight in the first place. And this is very different from normal scale fluctuations. So in simple terms, a plateau is when your body reaches energy balance, meaning the calories that you're consuming are actually equal to the calories that you're burning now. So the calories that once created that deficit that you were in are now at maintenance. But how do you know that you're in a true plateau? So some of the signs to actually know that you're in a true plateau is that you're not experiencing any change in your weight for over 4 weeks. And this is despite the same diet and same exercise that you've been doing to actually achieve the weight loss. And this usually happens after a significant amount of weight loss or long dieting periods. But before we go any further, let me say something that actually might surprise you. Most plateaus aren't actually plateaus. A huge percentage of people that actually feel they're stuck are actually still losing fat. It's just their results are being hidden. And if you don't simply understand this, you might accidentally sabotage progress that was actually working. So let's go ahead and talk about the signs that actually tell that you are in a true weight loss plateau or simply just temporarily stalled. All right, so the biggest mistake that people actually tend to make is assuming that every stall is a plateau, when in reality there's so many stalls simply from temporary fluctuations on the scale. And here's how to spot the difference. Number one, your weight has not changed for 4 weeks or longer. Now keep in mind that your body weight fluctuates daily due to water retention, sodium intake, hormonal shifts, and even digestion. And because of this, a plateau is usually defined as no downward shift for at least 4 weeks and over, while maintaining the same routine that you did to lose the weight in the first place. Number two, your measurements are still not changing. If fat loss is actually happening during this time, you will see changes in your measurements. You'll see changes in your measurements around your waist, your hips, your thighs, and even how your clothing fits. And a true plateau means that your measurements are ultimately going to stop as well. Number two, your strength and performance begins to either stabilize or decline. During active fat loss, you're going to notice improvements in your strength and your body composition. However, if you're in a plateau, you're going to start to notice your lifts are staying the same. There's no visible muscle gain or fat loss, and your workouts begin to feel the same week after week. Number four, you start to notice that your calorie deficit is beginning to adapt. So as your body begins to get smaller, you're going to burn fewer calories. And this is because a smaller body requires less energy, and your daily activity might subconsciously begin to drop. Number five, you'll even start to notice that your progress photos look the exact same. Now, photos can reveal changes that the scale might not be able to pick up on. Now, during a plateau, you might notice that your photos are staying the same. Number six, your weekly weight averages is not decreasing. So for example, week 1, you're at 155.2. Week 2, you're at 155. Week 3, you're at 155.3. And then week 4, you're at 155.1. This is essentially maintenance. Now, I do want to go over some of the reasons why the scale stalls, even though fat loss is still happening. Now, mind you, sometimes fat loss is still happening despite the scale not moving. And it could be water retention masking fat loss. And this is due to higher sodium intake, increased intensity in your workouts, your stress, your cortisol, poor sleeps, or even hormonal shifts. Number 2, those hormonal fluctuations that we as women definitely experience on a monthly basis. Now, hormones can temporarily increase the scale from like 2 to 7 pounds, and this is especially common during the luteal phase of a woman's cycle. It could even be bloating before menstruation, but it typically goes down when the monthly cycle happens. Number 3, it could be inflammation from your training. So if you recently increased that workout intensity, added strength training, started a new program, your muscles might temporarily hold that extra water. And number 4, body recomposition, which is something I talk about a lot. Sometimes the scale stalls only because you are increasing that muscle while still losing that fat. And muscle is denser than fat, so your weight might stay similar. However, your waist is beginning to shrink, your clothes are starting to fit better, and your body even appears a lot leaner. Number 5, digestive weight. Your body can carry 2 to 5 pounds of food and waste depending on your meal timing, fiber intake, your digestion speed, food volume, and sometimes that you're actually hitting body recomposition is your waist measurements are beginning to actually start to drop. There's improvement in your muscle definition, you're getting stronger. And if these things are happening, you're not in a weight loss plateau. All right, so now that you have an understanding of what plateaus are and why they happen, let's talk about the part where people actually want to know, what do I do about this? What do I actually do when progress stops? Because the worst thing you can do is panic, start slashing calories drastically, and start tripling down on your workouts. So when weight loss stalls, the true goal is to find out if you're in a true weight loss plateau or simply temporary noise so that you can have the right action to take. So when your weight loss begins to stall, the goal is to figure out if you're in a true weight loss plateau so that you can decide what to do next. So ask yourself, has your weight loss stalled less than 3 weeks? If yes, keep course with your current program, because most short stalls are caused by water retention, sodium changes, and hormonal fluctuations. So once again, stay consistent and keep your calories and your training the same. And many people will experience a drop after this. If no, go on to step 2. So number 2, ask yourself, are your measurements or the way your clothes fit changing? So what I want you to do during this phase is check your measurements. Check your waist measurement, your hip measurements, how your clothing fit, and even your progress photos. That's why it's so important to take progress photos. If yes, go ahead and continue with your current program. You're most likely beginning to experience that body recomposition. If no, go on to step 3. Ask yourself, are you truly actually in a calorie deficit? And ask yourself honestly, have your portions actually increased? Are the oils and snacks going untracked? Has your restaurant food intake actually increased? If you drifted in terms of tracking your meals, then you need to go ahead and tighten up your tracking for at least 1 to 2 weeks. Plateaus usually resolve here, but if you're actually tracking consistently, let's go on to step 4. All right, step 4, has your activity decreased? This is so common, especially during dieting. So ask yourself, are you taking fewer steps daily? Are you doing less movement outside of your actual workouts? Has your training intensity actually lowered? And if this is the case, we need to go ahead and increase those steps once again. We need to go ahead and maintain that level of strength training that you were doing before, and ensure, of course, that you're getting adequate sleep. And once you increase that daily movement, your fat loss restarts again. But if you're still experiencing a stall, even despite you increasing your steps, let's move on to step 5. Step 5, you're going to start to adjust your calories or your activity level. If your weight has not changed over 4 weeks despite being actually consistent, we are only going to choose one adjustment. So option 1 is to slightly reduce your calories. And option 2 is to increase your daily activity. So that can be more steps or more cardio of your choosing. Now, we're not going to do drastic intense changes because that often typically backfires. Or lastly, step 6, your body might need that diet break. So if you've been dieting for over 12 weeks, your body might actually benefit from a short maintenance phase. Adding a 1 to 2 diet break can actually help reduce that diet fatigue that you've been experiencing. It might improve your training performance overall, and it might normalize those hunger signals which might be going haywire at this point. And after that, fat loss can ultimately ultimately resume. So the biggest mistake that you can make during a plateau is thinking that you must immediately triple down on your programming. And here's the most important part for understanding plateaus. Not all plateaus happen for the exact same reason. And for some women, it's metabolic adaptation. Others, it's stress, hormones. And for others, it's either inflammation or their nervous system is simply overwhelmed. And if this video helped you understand your body a little bit more, then go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe for more content just like this, and comment below what you're struggling with the most, and I'll try to help you my best. And I'll see you beautiful people in the next video.